After the cliffhanger last week between Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss, this week was must see. And it was Bianca Belair returning to the show, calling out Alexa. Alexa would come out with a whole new theme song, sort of an amalgamation of all her previous themes, which I thought was really, really cool. Check out the new name graphic for Alexa Bliss as well. Of course, you got the Alexa Bliss logo there, but on the sides of that, you have Ha wrote many, many times. The two would brawl after it was confirmed they'll have a match for the Royal Rumble. I love this spot from Bianca where she sort of rose up behind the barricade. She looked like she was about to slam Alexa into those chairs when out of nowhere, Uncle Howdy appeared. This was cool, but this looked like Howdy was controlling Alexa Bliss, the way he rose his arms up, allowing Alexa to then get out of that move. And then he sort of conducted her as she was doing what she was doing. And then at the end, he sort of tipped his hat. What? No, this was brilliant. I love this. And the fact it was done in the fans too, it wasn't just the entranceway, sort of shows you this could come from anywhere at any time. I love the Alexa Bliss shirt as well. It says, "And who wants to play?" with a demonic lily on it. Really cool. There was some news today on social media that apparently the plans have been out for WrestleMania, and it looks like we could be getting Bray Wyatt versus Uncle Howdy, which is interesting after Bray said on SmackDown he is Uncle Howdy. We'll just have to see how it plays out. This is things you might have missed from Monday Night Raw. Make sure you've hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. So in one of the biggest news stories to come out of Raw this week, Cody Rhodes has confirmed to return at the Royal Rumble. I love this. Honestly, I know some people are looking at surprise entrants and stuff. It doesn't matter. I think it's cool to announce it ahead of time. Of course, these are the video packages that they've been showing now. This was number 3 of the road to recovery for Cody Rhodes. But we have to talk about this. Did you notice Pharaoh made his WWE debut this week? Love that dog. Well, you can celebrate Cody Rhodes' return at the Rumble with the new Cody Rhodes t-shirts that's available on WWE Shop. That's convenient, isn't it? Raw started off this week with the Bloodline minus Sami Zayn, something to note there. But what they said was very interesting. Next week on Raw 30, we'll see a ceremony for the tribal chief involving every generation of the Bloodline. We've already seen the legendary Uffa and Sikoa acknowledge Roman Reigns. I assume, therefore, they'll be involved in this ceremony. Could we also see Rikishi back in WWE? Of course, the father of the Usos and Solo Sikoa. That would be cool. But the big name everyone's asking about, The Rock. Is The Rock going to be at Raw 30? That would be monumentally massive. Of course, building to what we think would be the WrestleMania match between Roman and The Rock. But because they said every generation, how about The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine from NXT? Is she going to have to come and acknowledge Roman Reigns too? We had a great promo following that announcement from the Usos and the Judgment Day. Obviously, the Judgment Day winning their shot at the tag titles last week. Then this happened. And of course, Dominic, what was you thinking? He literally punched Solo Sikoa. Why? I don't know. I thought Solo was going to spike Rhea Ripley, but it was Mustafa Ali who made the save. I won't lie, I genuinely thought that Mustafa Ali was actually going to beat Solo Sikoa tonight. The way it looked after that tornado DDT, it looked like Solo was distracted. It looked like Ali could win, but it was Solo who won. Kevin Owens would stun him and try to take out Solo the same way Solo took him out on Friday night. Very cool. I love the storytelling. Again, note the absence of Sami Zayn. Just literally very, very cool the way they've produced this story, and just a great 20 minutes of Raw to showcase it. But during this stare down of Rhea and Solo, did you happen to notice the look on Jey Uso's face? Brilliant. The Nigerian giant Omos is back on Raw tonight with MVP in a match with Elias. MVP again would play a crucial role for this Omos return. Omos would smash the guitar, smash through Elias, and he will be going to the Royal Rumble. We had already seen MVP tonight, though. He'd come out earlier on during the Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander tag match with the Street Profits. Obviously, the build for the return of the Hurt Business has been a thing. It looked like MVP played a pivotal role in this. Cedric's knee was brutal, but the Street Profits were able to win. Tiny little bit of a botch as MVP didn't pull Cedric out of the way in time. It didn't impact the match in any way, though. In fact, I didn't see many people talk about it on social media, so that's how little it played a part of it. But the news is, Cedric and Shelton didn't look happy with MVP. Are they not going to reform the Hurt Business? We had a sighting this week of Nikki Watch. Of course, Nikki was in the background of the commentary team. Candice LeRae was in the ring, so obviously she's still continuing to stalk her. I love the fact the fans didn't even seem to notice. It just made it a little bit more eerie and cool. Becky Bayley next week, Monday Night Raw, Raw 30 in a steel cage match. I love this promo, all except Bayley doing Chad Gable's "Shoosh, please." Why did she do that? Nonetheless, this was really cool. I love the psychology of it. Going back to the horsewomen roots, Becky Lynch really sort of taking the dig about damage control. Is that why you formed a faction? So you can recreate history. Bayley sort of knocking Becky Lynch for being the man, and then watching Becky rile up Bayley to the point where Bayley couldn't reject the match. Brilliant storytelling. And by the way, WWE, please continue Becky's entrances through the fans. It just looks really cool. To hype up WrestleMania, they're showing you WrestleMania Goes Hollywood and the skits that went with it. This will be all over WWE social media over the next coming months. But, well, that's the big show. I thought there was no more BS. I'm confused. We have to mention as well the huge pop Otis was getting tonight. Of course, he brought back the Caterpillar 2 weeks in a row, even though he just totally fell onto Dominic. But nonetheless, it was still very, very fun. Alpha Academy as babyfaces? Sign me up. Just like sign me up for Raw is 30. It looks great. The graphics look great. The show is stacked. We get an appearance from The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair, Kurt Angle. I cannot wait. And in the main event of Raw tonight, we witnessed Lashley win the number one contender spot to face Theory next week at Raw is 30. But the story that continued throughout the night is the Hurt Business getting back together. MVP and Omos tried to help Lashley. I love the curb stomp by Seth with Theory holding the arm. That was nice. But of course, Lashley still did it on his own. He was down. Rollins had the advantage, but he was able to spear him. So Lashley still looks very strong individually. Is he going to side with Omos and MVP? We'll have to wait and see. I actually really enjoyed this week's Raw. More than I thought I would. For me, 8 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Next week is Raw 30. Can't wait for that. I'll see you next time.